Guys, what I did was I turned the key on the truck, shut it off, and for like the past 10 minutes now it's been showing just under 1/4 of an amp draw. So what I did was turn my camera on, came in here. Hopefully this will pick it up. I don't know if you guys can see that one like hot spot. Let's see if we can get it. Might be hard doing it this way. Let's see if we can zoom out more. This is hard to do looking through two different viewfinders. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a spot right above the crosshairs. Now that spot, I believe, see it right there? I think that spot is that connector right there. So what I'm going to do is, see if we can show you guys this better. There you go, you see it right above the crosshairs? It's kind of faint, but it's the only hot spot in here. And like the farther out I zoom, I think it shows up better. There you go. You can really see the spot now to the left of the crosshairs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect this wire right here, and we're going to see if that drops. Haven't tried it yet, so I have no idea if this will work. Okay, it didn't drop. But now with that wire out of the way, let's see. Let's see if we can see our draw. Still looks like there's a hot spot right in the center. Kind of wish I had the colored one so I could see what the color was. Another thing that we could do is we can go down each fuse and measure it, or we could just pull the fuses because this is a pretty basic setup. So we'll just pull the popular ones, well, not the popular ones, but the most common ones that could cause it. Let's see. Start with the radio. See, this one should be the radio. No change. Let's see, is there another radio? Looks like there is none. You can just go through them, I guess, see if there's a change in any of these. I usually don't like pulling them. No change. None. Well, in older cars you can pull them because there's no real modules to wake up. Nope. Still no change. So you can pull this with this. Still no change. Grab his thing. I really don't like these these add-on fuse spots. Okay, so we're just going to continue down this. Let's see. No change. Still none. Wouldn't that be funny if we got through all these and there still wasn't an issue? Or if it ended up being this red wire that I didn't take off. And this had an aftermarket radio, that's why I pulled the radio first. Guess we'll disconnect this one first. Put that one way down here. Still no change, still 1/4 of an amp. It went up 1/10 of an amp.
Well, we were on vacation. We were on vacation for a week. We came back and worked for a week, and we're on vacation for another week.
I don't know. It's been a while since I
Still,
played cards, and I'm not.
we're gonna have to get something to pull these bigger ones.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Nothing there. That one did it, guys. It went down to an 1/8 of an amp. Let's put this one back in. Guess we'll have to figure out what's on that one. What was it? This was power accessories. So we'll have to find out what's on the power accessory circuit. So guys, I got a wiring diagram here. And this 20 amp power accessory circuit breaker comes down and it feeds the driver's seat, power seat, driver's lumbar pump, passenger lumbar support pump. We got remote keyless entry, right and left door lock switch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move some of these and see if this will end up going down. So we're going to start with the seat. I'm going to move it up, down. Just go through all these, see what happens. So nothing happens with the seat. How about the driver's door lock? So we'll try the passenger side. So that didn't change. I wonder, is there a connector or something we can get to? Doesn't look like there's a connector. What I think I'm going to do actually is I'm going to see if I can put my meter in line so I can get a more accurate reading. I guess maybe I can pop these off. I wonder if this passenger side actually has a power seat. Of course, door's locked. There we go. So I noticed our current's slightly higher now. You know what else I noticed? I noticed when those doors are open, the light didn't turn on back here. It does on that side. So, when this door, right now I'm not pushing a pin. See if you guys can see this. Now I'm pushing it. It goes down to 0.22. I release it. 0.24. I'll push it in. 0.22. I'll release it. 0.26. Kind of crazy. So I wonder if it's like a keyless entry module that's staying awake because that's not pressed. Yeah, I'll show you guys. I'll close the door. Look at that, 0.22. Open it. 0.24. So I think I'm going to try to pop this switch out and see if we can like jumper it. Because this light should be on with the door open. The other side works. Show you guys this side. See when I move this? Boom, lights on. And we go up to 2.5 amps. We let this come closed, down to 1/4. So guys, I got the door pin switch apart. See if I can show you guys this. It's all corroded in here. I don't think this is the problem. I think we might have just found something else that's just not working. But it's all corroded in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get some of these pins out. Try to clean them up. See how corroded that is? Let's see if we can scrape it and clean it up. So it's like these contacts. I don't think they're... I don't think it was making good contact. That one looks okay. Let's check this other one. See, I don't like how this one has that like indent in there. It's almost like the contact was riding there for a long time and wore through it. Let's see if we can clean these up. There we go. Put these back in. They just slide in. There's actually a groove they sit in. So they can't move, like it holds them in place. Then the spring goes in at the top, holds it away. And this slides on with the wipers. And your end clips over top. I think I put that on wrong. Oh no, I had it right. There we go. And it still don't work. I'm gonna see if I can get a set of pins and jumper this plug. But I'm guessing by default, because it only uses 2 pins in here, I'm guessing on makes contact and off. Off is open circuit. So guys, so when they're touching, the light's up. When it's open circuit, it's off, so that's not our problem. So right now the car thinks the door's shut. So we got to work our way down this wire. What else can we get to that's easy? Let's see. I'm guessing we could turn the key on. Yeah, why don't we do that? We'll turn the key on and we'll see what works and what doesn't work. We know the door locks work. Turn the key on. Okay, key's on. Let's see if the seat works. See, the door is just like this side just locked. Just by turning the key on. See, that one just locked. I don't think it's supposed to do that, a key on. They all lock. Yeah, the doors are locking a key on. I don't know why it would be locking a key on. I would think that would lock only when you put it in gear. I think we may have to try to see if it has this remote keyless entry module. So guys, I have the key on right now. Driver's seat. Nothing happens. None of the ways. Even the seat, the inflatable lumbar, even on this side, nothing. So I'm thinking we might want to go there. I also noticed this when I was on the other side, but this floor is completely soaked. Let's see if you guys can see it. That is completely soaked. You can see the discoloration, like right here to here. It's changed and it's wet. Oh, there you go. You can see it. It's all wet. I'm wondering if somebody left the window down. So what I'm wondering is how these power seats work. We're gonna have to get a diagram on it. So I'm wondering if the power seats are causing the draw. I'm gonna go get a diagram of the seats. So guys, I quick pulled out a diagram, and it says the remote keyless entry module's on here. But when I looked at the diagram, because I printed one out, none of the orange wires, like there's an orange battery and another battery, they both go up here to this courtesy fuse. So I don't know if the diagram's wrong or what. And then I got out the power window, the power seat diagram, and it looks like the motor's directly controlled by these. So I want to see if there's power on this orange wire. And I noticed that our current draw went up. It says at 0.4 amps. I wanted to reset the amp clamp, make sure it's not like drifting on us. Yeah, I think it started drifting. So we're at just under 1/4 of an amp still. But I popped this out. I want to see if there's power on there. Should be able to go in through there, see if it lights my test light. Gotta grab it real quick. So guys, I got my test light here, and what I did was I connected it to ground. It wouldn't light. I guess I could show you guys that real quick. Connect it to ground. Let's see, read this one. Let me switch this around real quick. There we go. So I got the light on ground right now. It's a headlight bulb. Connected right there. It should easily light this headlight bulb. And we're connected to the yellow. And there, I just got my banana jack. It's probably hard to see. Not yellow, orange. The orange wire right there in the connector. Just had the banana jack pushed in next to it because they're really, really big connectors. And it doesn't light. So what I did was, I took the light, brought it over here. I ran a power wire over. So this is power. Grab put my tape back in here. So there we go. Put the tape in. So now, when I actuate the switch, the light lights. See? And the seat moves. You can move it in all positions. Light lights every time. You can tilt the seat. Everything works but this. So the air pumps don't work, and it doesn't work on the other side. I ain't too worried about that right now. But that showed me that the ground is good, or at least decent enough to carry the seat load. Look how light this lights when the seat maxes out. So go the other way, maxes out, boom, super bright. So that's good. So then I decided to drop down this cover right here, because I noticed that every time you take this circuit breaker in and out, you hear clicking. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So I was like, okay, we'll follow the clicking. I pulled this down just a little bit, and I noticed that there's a valet switch here. Well, push button switch. I'm assuming it's like the valet switch for like an aftermarket alarm. And then I found this GM alarm that was wired in. I'm guessing this was aftermarket, or like after fact, because that was all this twisted wire like they do from aftermarket, unless this is what GM did. I don't remember ever seeing wires like this, and it's just random tape spots. So I didn't try to unplug it yet, but we're at still just under 1/4 of an amp. So let's unplug the one that's orange. So this one has orange. We'll see if it even changes. See if one of our diagrams might be lying to us. Hang on, I'll just set you guys down. Okay, so I got that unplugged. We got that depth module, and look at how much we dropped. We dropped like, what is that? We're at 210. I don't know, 140. So we dropped 70 to 80 milliamps. That's a lot. This module should not be pulling that much. So, see if we plug this back in, what's it go to? See that? Back up to 200. Unplug it. Boom, it almost goes in half. So there's still a draw, but now that's out of the question. So I think what we might have to do is find out where our issue is with this power. Kind of wondering if it might be like a bad relay or something. I think I might try to do. See if we go up to a higher time bait or higher amperage scale, if it'll. Let's try to re-zero this again. Okay, so we're down to 0.9. That's actually a lot better. We're under 100. Ideally, you want to be close to 50 milliamps. But we found part of the draw. Got all the fuses back together. I think I'll continue this tomorrow. See if we find any more. So guys, I'm back with the Blazer. Put my amp clamp on today. Look at our current draw. It's down to like nothing. Let me take this off. We'll re-zero it. Zero. Put it back on. Doesn't change. And our battery voltage. So I'm wondering if something got screwed up yesterday and that module was the only thing causing our draw. Notice our light didn't go on. This door switch isn't making good contact either. Should have left it off, then I wouldn't have to mess with it. Oh, there we go, we got it out. Let's see what's our current draw. 24 volts. So we're pretty much zero. I'm gonna plug that module back in, and we'll see if it changes. So I plugged it in, and our light came on. I think I need to get my roll of tape. Can't believe how touchy this is. But I'm gonna grab my tape, put it back in the door. So guys, I got rid of the amp clamp. Can't really trust it. I think it's wasting a lot of my time. So I put my meter in line here. So So I got it connected right in the back of the alternator, and then I have it connected here, and I have my switch on because when you turn off, because when you turn it on, now not all the current's going through the meter. So you turn it off. So we got 90 milliamps coming into the car. So we come over here, just starting to rain. We pull this fuse. Watch this. So we pull this out. Boom, 10 milliamps. That is perfect. So if we plug this back in, we know all our current has to be going through here because the meter doesn't really lie. It's like the only time I use a multimeter. So now we'll come back, and I don't know if you heard that, but there's a relay that clicks underneath the dash every time. We're at 90. We're going to unplug the anti-theft module, and we will see if it drops. I have not done this yet with the meter hooked up. Give me a second. So here we go. We got, I don't know if you guys can see this, but we unplugged it. See, if you plug it in, you'll hear the click. Showed you this before. Here's the click, so we'll leave it unplugged. We'll see what happens. See if I can wipe this off. There we go. Now you don't have much of a halo. Look at that. 10. So our draw, all our draw, it's going through this module. So we're gonna have to find out why it's doing it. I wonder if our door locks or anything work. Yeah, so our door locks and everything work. Probably could look at the diagram. What all goes through this module. Pretty basic. So we'll look at this. We got battery, liftgate release, left unlock out, door jamb switch, ground, battery, door handle in, ignition, lock outputs, and program enable. So we'll just have to go down through these then and test them, and hopefully we can figure out what it is. It's starting to rain right now, so I'm gonna have to clean up some stuff, but at least now we know exactly what's causing our drain. So guys, I went down the wiring diagram one by one. Let's see. Hopefully this will sound okay. I went down it one by one, and I checked all the powers, checked all the grounds with the scope. I didn't load test them. So they all looked good. So then I started checking, well, I checked the door locks, and that would spike to 12 volts on the scope when I had the scope grounded. So then I went to this door handle, and with the scope, it looked like that was grounded, but I wasn't sure. So I came in, and let's see if this will show up. Came in. I back probed the door pin switch, which is this black one right here, and then I got the other side going to power. And watch this. Let's see if this will stay. So if I touch this to my light, it lights up and it stays lit. So one of our door pins, man, these magnets are ridiculous. So one of our door pins, or door handle switches, is stuck to ground. So you can see, follow this, comes down, door handle switch, and then it comes down to ground. So I need to find a way to isolate them, find out which one's which. So that's causing our draw, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna try depinning it right here on the connector, and we'll see if that fixes it. So guys, here's confirmation. Let me put this back in. If I touch this back in here, let's see if we can do this one-handed. So if I touch this back in here, you should hear the click. I don't know if you can hear that.
I think you do it. Start from the beginning. 4, 1, 3.
You can hear the click when I touch it. So if this is touching, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's hard for me to make contact. Let me try to zoom this in. One-handed. There you go, 0.09. It'll stay solid at 0.09. So, if I take this off, or remove this, now we're at 0.06. And I believe it'll drop down more. I saw it drop down earlier. Maybe I gotta touch it again. Yeah, but that's still a big difference. So one of these is stuck on. Yeah, earlier when I took the pin off the first time, it dropped all the way down to 0.01. But there we go, that's part of our draw, if not all of it. So guys, I got it to go off. Let's see if we can do this again. We'll get our draw back. Try to. Oh, hold on, I grabbed the wrong probe. That ain't even connected to anything. So guys, I got it to work. So see that 0.09 amps. So if we disconnect this, I think we have to wait. You'll hear it click. You might have to open and close the door. I got it to work earlier. Because like right now, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's at 0.06, so you guys can see it. Oh, there. I just heard it click. Did it shut up? And it didn't change yet. Let's try and open the... Oh, there it went. You heard it click? I didn't touch anything. There you go. That's 100% door pin switch. So now we gotta figure out which one it is. Because I don't know if we can get to any of these splices that they show. I never had to replace one of these. So guys, I got my scope set up. It's on a 100 millivolt scale because my low amp clamp, my Snap-on one, died after 7 years. I think the cable broke right after the stress relief, so I got to fix that then. But we got it over there, hooked up in the door. I tried this side, but this side wasn't the issue. So what I did I'll show you guys what I did. So I pulled back the rubber and took some of the tape off. The tape was super easy because it's so old, and I'm around the black wire. There's only 2 black wires in this side. I don't know what the other one goes to, but one goes to the door jamb switch. I mean, not door jamb switch, door handle switch. So then over here, I got a headlight bulb because I tried a 194 bulb and that didn't work. It didn't draw enough current for my high amp to show. So, I must have unzeroed it. But 1 millivolt is 1 amp, so it must be unzeroed right now. But if I touch this and light this up like that, you'll see it lights up bright, and it shouldn't light at all if the switch isn't closed. So watch. So you can see that. Let me go try and zero that other side again real quick for you guys. I must have unzeroed when I went over here and showed you. Let's see. Let's re-zero this. Hopefully it stays. We'll go back over and light that headlight bulb. So we're at 0 right now. Let's turn this light bulb on. Look at that, 2.4 amps. Every time. Let's see if I can hold this up better. You can see the light on the floor lighting up every time. Confirmed. Passenger side door switch, not the driver. Driver's side doesn't show any current. So I'm going to get this all put back together and then see if they want to replace this switch.